Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Well, recently I saw the thriller sci-fi film In Time, and let me tell you something. It is bizarre and very intellectually stirring. It's a movie where time is the currency. People can buy and sell time or gamble with it, and they can give it uh, one to another by interfacing hands and transferring minutes, hours, years, etc. Um, it's very allegorical, and I found it extremely fascinating in the way they did that. Now, it's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it's not the worst. It is just really strange in some parts. I mean, it just really makes you think, and the lighting was very different. A lot of it was very suspenseful and dark, which it should have been, and it made all the more sense in the world to present it in such a way. Um, the only thing I didn't care for was the fact that Justin Timberlake's acting seemed a little bit forced, and it didn't seem that realistic. Well, in a lot of the situations, yes, he did do a good job, but there was one point where I thought it was very fake and kind of pushed. But I won't say what scene that was. But if anybody else has seen it, you probably know what scene I'm talking about. It's within the very first few minutes of the film itself, and uh, it's just a different kind of film. It's kind of like Logan's Run, but I like Logan's Run better than this. Uh, but this is actually more interesting than Logan's Run, and just the way that the philosophy is presented, and you've got Darwinism involved, and actually capitalist Darwinism. Actually, Mr. Weiss mentions that, and uh, it's bizarre, but it's extremely interesting and very unique and peculiar in the way it's done. And I liked all the different characters. I think I liked the timekeeper the best, because I just thought that he was a very intriguing character and very multi-layered. Also Sylvia too, the daughter of Mr. Weiss. I also liked the character uh, who had a century on him and gave it away. I'm not going to say to who. It's a minor spoiler there. Johnny Galecki plays a extended cameo role, and I think he did a really outstanding job. I thought that his character was extremely believable, and he was like everybody else who grew up in this ghetto area. You've got this strata of, you've got the well-to-do who live in their cloistered mansions, and they can't even go outside for fear that they will have their hours taken away from them. They have to live in fear and loathing of everybody else, and it's just very intriguing look at caste system, if you could say that. And I noticed that the main character, Will, his name is allegorical itself. It could mean willpower and his goodwill toward other people. You'll see that if you've seen it, but it makes a lot of sense that they named him Will. Sylvia, I'm not so sure why they named her Sylvia. I was trying to think of the other characters and their names, and Weiss, why his character would be named Weiss, and Raymond, and then the gentleman Harrington, I believe his name was. He was the one with the century. It's just a very different type of film, and the one thing I really liked about it was they had quite a few chase scenes, and there was one point where Will he turns his car, his car does a 360 and he starts driving backward, and Sylvia says, "Do you know what you're doing?" He says, "It's driving, how hard could it be?" And he's looking behind him the whole time, and continuing to make escape from the timekeeper, and it's really intriguing how this is all set up, because the timekeepers are a lot like those who live on the streets. They really aren't paid that much, and they're supposed to keep uh, secure order, and it's just a very unusual type of movie, I thought, and I think it's good. I think it's a good movie, and it makes you think, and I like movies that do this, and I give it one thumb up and I would say 3 stars, because it's not the greatest film I've ever seen. The chase scenes were really superb. I really got a lot of enjoyment out of that, because I was just sitting on the edge of my seat wondering if Will and Sylvia would escape, and if they would have enough time to do what they wanted to do. I also like the fact that Johnny Galecki was in it, because I love him, and I think that he's a budding actor, and I really believe that he is exercising his potential as an actor. Um, and it's nice to see my TBBT characters going outside of the small screen to the silver screen. And I have a book that I think I'm going to email the writers, and I'm going to say, you're going to need to expand your book, because Stacey Kouako, she was in Hop, and Jim Parsons was in The Big Year, and now Johnny Galecki was in Time. So update your book, please, and also say that Simon Helberg was in the Coke Zero ad, because I mean, come on, this is important stuff. The TBBT fans demand to have all this information, should we forget it. But I doubt we will. But I would like to see an expanded version of this dictionary come out, maybe every year, as soon as they update it. I'll have to email the creator, but I will. I'll get to that. But getting back on topic, I really liked his character, and I thought he was identifiable, and you could relate to him. He was relatable, just like Will was. His acting was so much better than Justin's. I just thought it was more fluid and just more natural. Justin did do a good job, I'll give him that, but there's just that one scene with his mother I just thought was so fake. I just couldn't get around it. But other than that, it was really a fantastic film, and very bizarre in spots. There were places where I thought, what? Huh? It was just sort of something to make you really ponder, and there's a lot of density to it, I think, and it probably requires a second viewing, like Limitless, or The Adjustment Bureau. You would have to watch a movie like that, or what's the other one? Inception. You would have to watch that movie 2 or 3 or 4 times just to understand it. So this is another one of those. But I like movies like this, and they really keep your mind going and really make you wonder, what is life? Is life existing, or is it about living? And they make a distinction in this film, and I really like that as well. And it's really quite well done. And I as far as chase scenes are concerned, if you want to see some really awesome chase scenes, then this is the film that you've got to see. So if you want to see Johnny Galecki in a role that you're not expected to see him in, then I would definitely recommend this film. Maybe not the best film I've seen. Limitless is probably better. Actually, Limitless and Adjustment Bureau and Inception are far more superior than this, but this is still very good, and it has kind of the same storyline as Logan's Run, but it's actually it's better than Logan's Run is a little bit better than that. Logan's Run is worse concerning plot and everything, and that's kind of cliched and cultish, but In Time is more thought provoking and more clear cut, and just has better action sequences and makes more sense. And how everything's set up is very intriguing and just holds your attention, and you can't turn away. And it's just something that really makes you think, if this was really the case, how would we humans handle it? And I think they did a really good job in answering that question. And then there was another scene that kind of bewildered me, and I don't get confused very easily, but when Will goes to Mr. Weiss's estate, his mansion, and gambles, it's not made clear whether he wins or loses in this card game. So if anybody knows how to play card games, could you please let me know whether he won or lost, or what game he was playing, because I don't know if it was craps or... No, it wasn't craps. I'm not sure what game. Poker. He was playing poker. If you can let me know how poker is played, then clue me in, because I don't know whether he won or lost. I'm pretty sure he won, because, I'm not gonna go into that, but spoiler alert, sorry, but I was just curious, because that scene kind of, it didn't really make any sense to me, but I got a college degree, so I'm trying to make sense out of all of it. I probably have to see it again, but it's a good movie. It's very intriguing and different, and if you want to see something that will make you just go, this is the movie you got to see. So give it a shot.